Hey guys, I like this movie, Ghost in the Shell. I have some issues with it though, but I'll get to that. First, the music. It's the first thing that stuck out to me about this movie. Actually, not the first thing, but one of the biggest things. That theme, when it plays, I don't know what it is about anime, Princess Mononoke, um, Akira, all the stuff I've reviewed on this channel, all the anime films I've watched. It gives me that knot in my chest that I get almost to the same degree as when I'm watching a horror movie that really scares me, and I get that knot in my chest like I can't make eye contact with the screen, direct eye contact. I like that feeling, and I get that just from the music alone. Even when nothing's happening, even when it's mundane, I'm very aware of how serious it feels, and I guess that comes with like the cyberpunk feeling too, because this is another one of those type of movies like an Akira, if the Blade Runner style city and atmosphere. I get that hit to my chest, and it I'm very aware that anime just from the little I've seen, this feels really adult, and I appreciate that, man. And you can tell through little things like the music, and it strikes a chord. Pun intended, bad pun, really bad pun. But yeah, I do like that a lot. That's the biggest thing that stuck out to me about this movie. One of the biggest things. Um, Another thing that I liked about this movie, actually, I'm not sure if this is a like, but I like that it didn't end in a definitive good, evil, up, down. It wasn't like a Marvel third act battle, which I don't mind. I don't mind formula. I just want, if something's a formula, I want it to be well written. And of course, this makes, I'm sure anime heads know this. This makes a lot of superhero stuff and fancy stuff out here look so silly. Well, of course, Hollywood has a profit incentive a lot more so than places like Japan and other parts of the world do when it comes to certain genres. So it makes sense. It's something I'm getting less and less upset by. So I just try to look for other genres that give me that itch that a lot of Western fantasy doesn't give me. Or this is sci-fi, but arguably the same difference. Not really. Yeah. But yeah, that's another thing I like about this movie. The the third act and how it ended. Another thing I like about this film, but it leads to a critique. I like that this movie, again, like a Blade Runner, I question how certain things are possible in this world with the resources and the technology that's available to them. I'll give an example. At the start of this movie, I was trying to figure out something. My detective brain was on, and they'll talk about ghosts. Ghosts, as in the title Ghost in the Shell. I was trying to figure out exactly how it works, like for someone to hack. I don't know if I'm revealing too much of the plot. For someone to hack your fuck to go into your mind if you have any like tech enhancements inside of you in with your body. How does it work for someone to hack your body, to hack your mind? Because they keep talking about consciousness, like they believe in in souls and such and such. So I liked going through the movie and thinking about that a lot. Um, of course, this is like an homage to movies like a Blade Runner as well. So it's not, you can tell there's something about this movie. It felt like it needed to expand on its ideas a bit more. But maybe that's the only issue I have with it, and that's what leads into the flaw. It actually felt surprisingly short by the time I got to the end. I'm someone who, I'm gonna admit, I have a short attention span. So whilst I was watching this movie, I was trying to focus as much as possible. But there were times where I was trying to pay attention. I was struggling a little bit. I'm gonna admit to you, I'm a basic dude, but I felt like the movie's ideas felt too short lived. I felt it had more to do with the movie and the story being a bit too simplistic by the end, and maybe they should have expanded but on that. But that's just me and the way I think. Like when you have a good idea, good ideas that you explore in a movie, I feel like you need to expand on them either really, really well, exceptionally well, or it needs to be like a slower, not slower story, a longer story for you to like really build on those ideas. I think of it like a Russian nesting doll. If anyone's seen those little toys that they're not toys, things that you open them up. There's a smaller version of the thing inside. Open it up until it gets to the last one. That's how I think of it. So that's a flaw of the movie, in my opinion. Even though I like that this movie, it it wasn't trying to spend too long, but then I would like if it left a hole in my heart that it was a short runtime, and I wish this should have been longer, in my opinion. This film and this story. What's another issue I had of the film? It was on my mind earlier. Oh yeah, okay, I remember. It had to do with like my detective brain going on. I'd noticed something in the film. I don't know if it's because it's. Don't know what it is about the writing of this film. If there was a specific character who it felt like that he was the the character who the writer or writers were using to explain and spell out everything for the audience watching. Exposition they call it. He felt like the guy who was stating things too plainly instead of letting it play out in the plot. And I remember watching the film, and sometimes I'll just be listening to him like, why is he speaking that way? That's stuff I don't usually notice in films when people do exposition dumps. But I noticed it with this specific character I'm thinking of, who is close to the main character, and I was wondering to myself, wait, does that even make sense? And that's making me realize even movies that have like a reputation, like this film, it's still possible for stuff like that to happen, whether you mean to or not. Whether it's to help explain things to the audience watching, I it was noticeable to me, and that kind of took me aback a little bit because I'm trying to figure stuff out, but it doesn't mean I want things like spoon fed to me, and it felt a little bit like that sometimes. So that was a flaw of the movie. It wasn't perfect. This movie had the intellect that probably would have made Akira. Actually, no, would it? No, no, no. Actually, I take it back. Akira. Now that I think of it, Akira is, to me, a more interesting, thought-provoking film, and visually too. So yeah, it outclasses this movie in my opinion. But I like this movie. Is this movie what it's trying to do? Obviously, whoever watched this, just like me, is a big fan of Blade Runner, and that's what attracted me to the movie. And also because I've never seen the Scarlett Johansson version, but I'm aware of the controversy that came out a couple years ago about her version, the Hollywood version. And I actually want to see what the original was about. I've never seen that version, by the way, just to let you guys know. Don't kill me in the comment section. Even if you do, I don't really care. Um, but yeah, those are my thoughts, guys. Tell me down below what you think. If you've seen this movie, do you like it? What do you like about it? If you haven't seen it, would you watch it? Tell me down below. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, share with all your friends. Other than that, guys, signing out. Salute.